Hey guys, Straya Guy in Korea here, giving you another video about my life here in Korea on this really hot, stinking hot day here in Korea. I'm just chillaxing in my room with the air conditioner running, waiting for, I guess, a really high, expensive electricity bill. But anyway, enough about me. You want to hear about Korea, or at least me in Korea. Unless, of course, I suppose you... Anyway, a couple of people have been asking questions about general life here in Korea, and I figured I'd probably try cover some of that here today. So I'll probably... I want to apologize now, because I'll probably say a couple times in this video that I'll be making more tourism videos about different categories. So this is more just my experience as a resident now in Korea. So maybe less tourism and more just learning about my experience having lived here in Korea. So again, I apologize if I start apologizing again for future videos to come, but hey, let's begin and we'll see how we go. So, general life. General life, like just living in Korea, I've found very comfortable. I suppose I'm someone that's very happy to be active and get around and do stuff. So there's always things like just walking in general and exploring a city that I don't know much about. So as a foreigner, just spending time in another city or another country, I do a fair bit of walking and a fair bit of exploring is one of the things that's exciting to do. Korea's really big on the shopping. There's ridiculous amounts of things to look at, see and buy, whether it be window shopping or like actual shopping. I think one kind of big difference or good thing is when I think about shopping in Australia, I've gone to like shopping centres where there's multiple different stores and I'll go, oh, that place sells like, you know, the fancy clothing, that's like a cheap clothing place. Korea seems to be more aimed at like actual complexes for each category. So you'll go to this complex to buy your electronics, you'll go to this complex to buy your expensive like fancy upper range clothing, you go to this complex to buy your cheaper clothing. So it's not like you're going to one big centre that has lots of stores, you're going to one big building that has that range that you're after, whether it be electronics, upper class, lower class, cooking, food, and you will find lots and lots of stores just on that category. So I think that's really an interesting way to shop, because I guess two things. I guess one, you can kind of go, oh, well, I don't want something cheap, I'm going to go to the upper class, or oh, I'm a cheap person. Well, not a cheap person, but I like cheaper things, and so I'm going to go to this kind of area. And also helps you kind of negotiate or work your way around what if you're just window shopping, comparing prices or looking at similar items, going back and forward is really easy to do instead of going to one kind of store and then, oh, I have to walk all the way to this store and then all the way there, or I have to drive up to the next complex. So it's really good to have everything in one area, I think. So that's one thing that I really enjoy about the shopping, I guess, lifestyle. I bought maybe, I don't know, probably sitting on maybe about 10 now, random just music shirts from the same store every time I go. I'm like, great, buy another shirt. I see the great discounts, great prices as well. So the big thing here in Korea, eating. The eating culture is, well, it's really massive. It always seems to be do something, then eat something, then do another thing and eat. It's like you're doing things on the way to eat something. And then, okay, now we've finished eating, I'm going to finish that next task. Now we're going to go eat again. So I think there's a lot to experience, not just in, I guess, foreign foods to me, but just even the food items themselves, on how they've adapted in Korea of what I believe them to be in Australia, and then tasting it in Korea and going, no, that's not right, that's different, or I don't think that's what this should taste like, or oh, okay, is that what you guys think this is? So it can be really different to try out different meals or see what is like, you know, their take on the meal or their spin on the meal. And especially when you see random things like corn and sweet potato just get added to everything. So when you get told that there's no such thing as like a ham and pineapple like Hawaiian pizza, but you can go get a sweet potato and corn pizza at every pizza joint. Kind of makes you a bit confused and a bit like alien to the country, I suppose. So eating culture, like I said, for both traditional type foods and for just regular food, seeing the spin on it is a big thing to just try out and do in everyday life. So I suppose the next thing I want to work towards here is when I say that I'm a foreigner in this country, my work kind of puts me split depending when I work. I don't work a regular 9 to 5 job. Now the 9 to 5 job in Korea is more like a 6 a.m. till 7 or sometimes 9 p.m. job. So Koreans kind of have their spare time at night. They have weekends, some of them, not all, and they're night times. So often this means going and experiencing their extracurricular activities or family time or sometimes just more business time after work. So this usually means going out and eating dinner or going out and drinking, especially with your work colleagues after finishing work. So this might be 8, 9, 10 p.m. So often for many people, the kind of lifestyle starts at about 9 p.m. and that's when you start doing things. Any day of the week. This isn't just your, oh, it's Friday night, woo, time to go get drunk like TGIF or whatever. No, this is you go Monday and you'll see people out at 5 a.m. still from all night just eating food or drinking. It happens every day of the week. So the things to kind of do in Korean culture lifestyle is, hey, let's go meet for drinks or let's go out drinking after work, and for them after work is 9 p.m. So I go out, there's things like batting cages, there's things like a lot of testing your skills, like skill tests. It might be a push thing, it might be a grab claw, the chocolate machine type stuff. So I think it's that night culture is definitely a lot more than in Australia where I had a lot of daytime activity. Night culture is a lot heavier, which I guess brings me to another activity we do at night, karaoke. Now, the karaoke that I've experienced in Australia is more the live singing at a pub. Someone usually picks the obvious Oasis type Wonderwall type song, and it's just some drunken idiots usually up there just giving it a go. Now, the difference kind of in Korea is karaoke rooms, or the noribang rooms, let you go and have your own room, select your own music, get food delivered, alcohol. You can drink, you can eat in there, and just sing like you're alone in the shower or in the car and feel completely comfortable about it. So you can either do it yourself or invite a bunch of friends and just bat out any song, whether you know the lyrics or not. You can rewind to bits you just want to sing just the chorus. But it's that comfortable environment, I think, that most people like to sing. Whether it be alone or in front of people, people like to have a tune. And this way, you can feel comfortable in private, not feel you have to be on a stage in front of everyone. So it's really that thing to do, great, after work, let's go sing some songs, or let's go meet up, or after drinking, hey, let's go sing, yeah, let's go, alright. It's definitely something that is a strong part of, I love singing. So whenever I can, I like to hit up the karaoke rooms. So another one, I guess, that you might think about, how I said night culture, is coffee shops. Now, coffee shops, from what I understand, came more from American sitcom type shows, and that over the last 10 years have really, really just been boosted and have popped up everywhere in Korea. And like how I said about people drink after work, people go to coffee shops after work. And these coffee shops are open, some of them 24 hours. So you go out, you go have dinner, and then go to a coffee shop, or you go out drinking, and then, I feel like a coffee now, and you go to a coffee shop. I guess something I've found is we have a dessert culture in our restaurants and that. You can have a dessert menu. Korea's not too big on dessert menus in restaurants. So a lot of people go eat a meal and then go to a coffee shop to kind of go have an iced chocolate or a cappuccino or something that's refreshing, maybe a piece of cake and some coffee or tea afterwards. So I think the cafe culture is a very big thing, especially youth. especially for youth, whether it be drinking or studying even, just going to relax in a nice comfortable environment, drink a coffee. I think it's a really big culture here in Korea that I've really adapted to, that I never, in Australia, never really went to coffee shops at all. I don't drink coffee. I like iced chocolates and that, but I think just the feeling of going and sitting down with some friends and talking about things, it doesn't have to be alcohol related, is a culture that I'm now, I guess, experiencing, and I think it's great at 1 a.m. to go hit up a coffee shop and just relax. So that's one thing I think that's really changed in my lifestyle, which I suppose brings me to a big one here. The, I guess, final thing that I'm going to say here is with how I said about people, you know, late work and going to coffee shops and that. One really big thing here in Korea, as I mentioned, the drinking, is that you don't have like laws prohibiting you from drinking in public. So although we have like, yeah, pubs to go drink at or clubs to go drink at, oh, I go to drink at that, like it's a real popular place, people just go hit up the local convenience stores, literally like 1 minute from their house or like 5 minutes from their house, and there's tables and chairs outside, and go crack open a bottle of soju. So you're drinking like vodka or beers, just sitting in front of the convenience store and just drinking all hours of the night, meeting friends or that. So who needs to go to a club or that when you can just come home, change, go outside, sit down in the nice cool breeze and knock back a couple of beers or shots, as a lot of people seem to do with their soju, just all throughout the night. The convenience stores are 24-hour, so why not? Like, you know, what a great, you have like your own personal drinking area, because maybe the local people don't like to drink there and just you do, so it's almost like your own private pub where you can sit there, relax, enjoy, you know, time with your friends. So that's really a very big difference that I've noticed here in Korea, and something that I partake in quite often, I suppose. Going and just sitting down, I actually have even a class where I meet one of my students for drinks. So, you know, I go take a class which is a drinking and talking class. So, hey, I'm not gonna shun it away. I think it's a fantastic thing. So, anyway, that's, I suppose, a couple of things, a couple of changes in lifestyle that I've had, and a couple of things that just as a foreigner here in Korea, so not necessarily as a tourist, but as a foreigner and as like just living, a foreigner resident here in Korea, that I've noticed to be part of general life. So hopefully it's given you a little bit of an insight into what my life's like in Korea. I hope it's answered some of your questions. As I said, I'll hopefully get on to make some more like touristy videos about some of those subjects in particular, give you a bit more information, but we'll keep it at that for now. I'm the Straya Guy in Korea, and I don't have a clever sign-off. Asking a question about me in particular and my lifestyle, then I suppose that's questions about me, not necessarily Korea, or